So while this celebration is shared between Global and JP, there are some differences. So I'm going to cover both in this video, but I will point out which version we're talking about when there are differences. There's also not a ton of new content with this celebration, but most of the content from the prelude to Christmas celebration on Global and the breakthrough the cold weather campaign on JP is still going. I made videos on each of those that you can find down in the description, and of course, this video is timestamped so you can jump around. There are no new story events on either version, but both of those have events returning. Global has the Galactic Crisis Bojack event. The physical Gohan you can farm from here isn't all that good, but he is the way to farm Super Saiyan 1 and 2 Youth Gohans, which includes all 3 LRs and a few other good units. You can get copies of him from Stage 8. He drops as an SR in Super Saiyan 1 form, so you do have to awaken each copy to SSR to get the 50% chance. For any Super Saiyan 2 Gohans, you're going to need to Dokkan Awaken them, which requires 12 of each medal from Stage 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 for each copy. Additionally, you can farm medals for the Int LR Bojack and the new Tech LR Gohan. For Bojack, you need 12 of each medal from Stage 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 medals from Stage 7. For Tech LR Gohan, you'll need 5 medals from Stage 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. On Global, you'll need an extra 35 medals from Stage 7, but on JP, those are going to come from the STR Bojack's Dokkan event. I highly recommend farming these even if you don't have those 2 LRs, as you never know when you're going to get lucky and pull them from a ticket banner or something like that. And finally, the boosted category for this event is Hybrid Saiyans. Global also has the Dragon Ball Super Broly story event returning, which is the way to farm many units. You can farm the super attacks of base Gokus and Super Saiyan Blue Gokus from Stage 1, base Brolys and Super Saiyan Brolys from Stage 2, although be aware that this does not work for any legendary Super Saiyan Brolys, as that is considered a different Super Saiyan form. You can also farm the super attacks for Final Form Frieza and Golden Frieza from Stage 3, and base Vegeta and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta from Stage 4. You can also farm base Gogetas from Stage 11. Now keep in mind that this is a huge laundry list of farming, and it's unlikely that you'll be able to do them all during this celebration. So I recommend first farming 1 copy of all the farmable units here since they are pretty decent, and then aiming to farm the super attacks of one kind of character. So maybe farming all your Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas, for example. Or you can prioritize based on how good the units are, but the point is to just go in with realistic expectations. This one is a massive grind. You can get the medals for the Vegetas in Stage 5, Gokus in Stage 6, Brolys in Stage 8, and Friezas in Stage 10. They all need 20 of their own medals to Dokkan Awaken, except for Gogeta, who needs 10 Goku and 10 Vegeta medals. You can also farm medals for the LR Broly trio. They just need 7 Goku, 7 Vegeta, and 7 Broly medals. So that's Stage 5, Stage 6, and Stage 8. Goku, Vegeta, and Gogeta also have an easy A. You can get their medals from the AGL Wrathful Broly Extreme Z Battle, and the boosted category for this story event is Movie Heroes. Global also finally has the Super Android 13 story event returning, where you can farm a pretty decent physical Android 14 and 15. They work pretty well when paired with AGL Android 13, and you can get copies of them from Stage 1, and you'll need 10 medals from Stage 2 and 10 medals from Stage 3 to Dokkan Awaken them. You should also farm an extra 7 medals from Stage 2, 3, and 4 for LR Spirit Bomb Absorbed Goku, because you never know when you're going to pull him. You can also awaken STR Baba Shop Android 13 with 20 medals from Stage 4, and the boosted category is Super Saiyans. Finally, Global has the Saiyan Trio led by Fate event, which lets you farm the free-to-play Kid Raditz and Vegeta, as well as the free-to-play Int Kid Broly. Both are pretty decent, and you'll be able to farm special hidden potential orbs to get them to 100%. Broly drops from Stage 1, and Vegeta and Raditz drop from Stage 2. You can get their orbs from Stage 3, and you'll need 10 medals from Stage 4 for Vegeta and Raditz, and 10 medals from Stage 5 for Broly. The boosted category is Pure Saiyans. Since they have an easy A, be sure to farm an extra copy of each to Super Attack Level 5, although you won't need orbs for those. Now JP actually has 3 different story events returning. The first is a new threat, the Saiyan Warrior Race. This one is a massive pain to do, but you'll need a copy of Nappa farmed to take on the Raditz Extreme Z area. He drops from Stage 7, and you're going to need 7 medals from Stage 4, 7 medals from Stage 7, and 7 medals from Stage 8. You'll also need 7 medals from Stage 5, but keep in mind that those don't actually drop from the end boss like they usually would. They drop from the fights on the map, so make sure not to skip any fight spaces on Stage 5. And finally, he also needs 3 medals from Stage 10. Since Nappa drops as an SR, you'll need to awaken 4 more copies to activate his hidden potential, but unless you really need it in the Raditz Extreme Z area, then I wouldn't recommend it. You should also farm 3 more medals from stage 4, 5, 7, and 8, and 7 more medals from stage 10 for LR AGL Nappa, just in case you pull him. And finally, if you haven't awoken Bojack STR Krillin, you can do so with 7 medals from stage 8. There is a boosted category, and it's Inhuman Deeds. Then the next event we have is the Videl's Flying Technique story event, which lets you farm an Int Gohan and Videl unit, which is just okay. But you can use copies of that Videl to farm the super attack of the summonable Int Videl. She drops from stage 1 and her medals come from stage 3. You just need 20 of those, no boosted categories for this event. And then the last story event that's returning is the low-class warrior Raditz, which I highly recommend farming if you haven't already. Int Raditz is a decent free-to-play AoE unit for the World Tournament. He drops from stage 2 and you'll need 20 medals from stage 4. Remember to farm an extra copy to super attack level 5 for his EZA. The boosted category is low-class warriors, so you can just use Team Bardock for this one. People also tend to use stage 3 of this event for link leveling, but the jury's still out on whether it's a better or worse stage than just doing stage 23-8 of the story mode. JP will also have 2 older events returning on the 21st, but they're both pretty bad. Clear the Bizarre Rabbit Mob and Adventure of Gratitude for stones, and then just ignore them. Now, when it comes to the banner, the new Gohan is indeed farmable using the SRs from Galactic Crisis, the Bojack event. He drops from stage 8 and you'll just need to awaken them to SSR form, so you only need the generic medals like Bubbles and Mutaito that you can get from the Baba shop. I'm not going to get into all the other unfeatured LRs, but if you want to know whether or not I think you should summon on this, the answer is maybe. Depends on your situation. There's a link to the video I did on this in detail in the description. And both versions got a red dragon stone this celebration, and I'd recommend picking up Int Janemba, STR SS3 Vegeta, or Physical Kid Buu. Int Janemba might soon get outclassed by an STR Janemba EZA, but we don't know when that'll happen, and Int Janemba has continued to be a very good defensive unit for a very long time. STR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is a god in short form events like Super Battle Road due to his damage reduction and stunning. And Physical Kid Buu is a fragile but a good support who will serve you well if you have LR Buu tanks. STR Gogeta is still good, but he's replaced by Int Super Gogeta's EZA on JP and soon to be replaced on Global. And there are a few other options to consider, but the other good ones aren't Dokkan Fest exclusives, so you can pull them anytime. You can also purchase a blue Dragonstone with the $40 77 Dragonstone pack. You should wait until you summon on the Step Up banner, but I do recommend picking up Int Buhan, STR Omega Shenron, or STR Perfect Cell. Int Buhan makes for a nice pair with LR Buu tanks. STR Omega Shenron debuffs all enemies for Super Battle Road and supports full power units. And STR Perfect Cell stacks his attack and defense for long form content, and he debuffs all enemies, although he doesn't debuff them as much as Omega Shenron. And if you want me to look at your box and recommend something based on that, you can hit me up in my Discord down in the description. Now for the Extreme Z Awakenings. Global's got a good handful right now. The Kale and Caulifla EZA is finally here, and you should definitely be doing that one. That's 30 stones and 2 pretty decent awakenings. They're weak to representatives of Universe 7, but they only have damage reduction against extreme class units, so you should use Tech and STR representatives of Universe 7 units. If you don't have enough, then use the representatives of Universe 7 units you do have to tank, and add in more Super Tech units if you're using LR Goku and Frieza lead, since Super STR units will still get hit a bit hard by Caulifla, and any Tech Universe Survival Saga units if you're running a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku lead. Now if you're like me and you don't have either of them, then try using either a Jiren lead with as many representatives of Universe 7 units as you can, or go with a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta lead and make a Pure Saiyans team, again with representatives of Universe 7 or Super Tech and STR Saiyans. And no matter what lead you're running, you should absolutely put Tech Caulifla on your team, as she will dodge every attack in this EZA. She might not be too good offensively, especially if you don't run her under a proper leader skill, but Guaranteed Dodge does help to cheese this out. Here's the team I ended up using to clear stage 30. Then you've also got the Extreme Z area for the Universe 2 girls. To unlock this, you just need to clear all stages of Spread Love Magical Girls Fighters on both difficulties. This one is pretty easy, especially if you have the Int Transforming Ribrianne as a lead. And finally, Global has the Extreme Z area for Kid Broly and Kid Vegeta and Raditz returning. You just need to clear all stages of Saiyan Trio led by Fate, and Wrathful Broly or Int Paragus will make this a cakewalk. Now on JP, they've got 2 new stages of the Hero Extermination event Extreme Z area for Int Super Saiyan Gohan and AGL Kaioken Goku. The Gohan is pretty decent and the Kaioken Goku is fantastic, so I highly recommend doing this event. The Hero Extermination stages are usually not too hard since the units you have to choose from are pretty weak. You do have to clear all stages of both hero extermination events on every difficulty to access this event though. And JP also has the Raditz Extreme Z area returning if you haven't Easy-A'd Raditz yet. You need to clear all stages of both the Nappa and Raditz events, and this one tends to be a little bit difficult. Prime Battle Krillin, Physical Scouter Vegeta, or Physical 8-Bit Goku can all really help. Then as far as other notable events go, Global has a new Chain Battle. That mode is never fun, but it is worth it to do. If you do a total of 1.5 billion damage before the event finishes, you'll get 6 stones, a Kai, and a sticker to throw on one of your units. You're probably going to get at least 2 more stones for doing the 30 million damage in one run mission. And on JP we have the 38th World Tournament. Support World Tournament Tech Cell got his awakening here and it's pretty good, so I recommend using your guaranteed SSR tickets to summon on his banner. He does share a name with Int LR Cell, but since he's a support you'll find different uses for him. The Kid Goku is fine and has adorable art, but I do recommend trying to get Int Anin as she has good links with Physical Launch and Physical Chi-Chi, and she gives them 20% support. And as always, I do recommend actually doing the World Tournament as you can get around 40 stones from the missions. And the last thing I want to mention here is the Christmas bells that you can earn on JP right now. You can use them to pick up a lot of different resources, but I recommend prioritizing the Christmas Gohan, Goku, Trunks and Mai, and Roshi's. Then get the meat, and at least get the story and Z battle keys since you can't really farm those, and maybe also hidden potential orbs after that. If you earn all the possible bells, you can get 25,250, which should let you get all of these and still leave you with 4,100 bells left. If you don't have the Christmas wallpaper, it is inferior to Vegeta's, but it's still worth picking up as a collector's item. After that, it's just up to what you need. If you're running low on Super Battle Road items, this is a good time to stock up on a few, or you can get some of the Candy Cane training items as they offer lots of experience when training. Additionally, I tend to find myself pretty short on Elder Kai medals a lot, and they're pretty expensive in the Baba shop, so that's a possible option as well. But that's everything that's going on with this Christmas celebration. I hope it can be helpful for you guys. Don't forget to check out the video I did on the last campaign as those events are still up, and make sure to subscribe to give my brain a good shot of serotonin. Now, have a good day, a good week, a good life, and happy summons. Goodbye.